Hello, it's been a long time since I've done one of these YouTube videos, but today feels like the perfect day to do one because I am super overstimulated and I want to show you what it looks like to pace yourself, to utilize your coping skills, prioritize what you need to do. So let me show you why I'm so overstimulated. This is my office. It's not the messiest it's ever been, and it's not the messiest room in the entire world, but considering I counsel clients from this desk and I've got just all this stuff everywhere, it's just, I have to do something about it. And I've been sick for the past few days, so I also have all this energy, but I'm trying not to overdo it. So this is what we're gonna do. First things first, I need to clean off my desk. There's not really anything dirty about it, but it is a little dusty. So this is an all-purpose cleaner that I made, and it smells wonderful. It smells like spiced apples, but it's not a super overwhelming smell like other cleaners can be. My husband doesn't mind cleaning his desk with Windex. You would never see me doing that because I just can't stand the smell. Oddly enough, he's the neurodivergent one who really gets triggered by smell or activated by smell, and it doesn't seem to bother him. See, that was a lot. That's gross. And you might not be noticing it as much while you're working, but believe me, it's there. You're aware of it. It has a funky smell to it, you know? Dust. There's also a real power in cleansing. And I was talking to a client about that recently, and I'm going to show you what that looks like to cleanse, especially when you're not in a place where you're able to burn things like incense or sage. For example, this is an altar space that I use in my office. So obviously that's for burning stuff. I put water, peppermint oil, and orange oil in that bottle, and I use it as a room spray, but I also use it to mist my own face, which is really nice when it's warm outside, which it's rapidly becoming, which is another reason why I'm so overstimulated, is it's warm. People are outside, they're making a lot of noise, they're gardening, they're using power tools, and that's getting to me pretty quickly. Another idea, if you're interested in cleansing, but you don't want to use a spray, maybe because you're in public, is like, let's say you have an essential oil that you really love. It calms your system, it doesn't activate you, and it's not maybe terribly strong for if you're, again, like in public. You can take something like castor oil or almond oil or any other carrier oil, dab that into the palm of your hand and anoint yourself with the oils. It's really lovely to do. This is citronella, which is good for bug repellent, which I really need because I'm allergic to most like bug stings and such. Additionally, if you would like to do something about grounding with scents, is you can take any scrap of fabric that you like. I would recommend probably using cotton, and then grabbing whatever essential oils you like and just dabbing on it. Not too much, believe me, it won't take much. And then let it kind of dry out a bit. You could put this in your backpack, your purse. You could keep it even in your pocket and just take a whiff of it whenever you need some aromatherapy. Super great way to do this. And then also, I've done it to this one before, and as you can see, it didn't stain or anything. So if the smell goes away, you can just wash it and then swap it out. Oh, there she is. Wash it and swap it out, right, kitty cat? Now this area. This is technically a workstation, and it often becomes where I put things off to the side if I'm like oh, I need to be in session. I've got to put away all this crafting stuff. But it becomes a place where this stuff lives. And after a while, that really gets to me because the visual clutter is awful. I can't find the things I need half the time. Like, most of this stuff doesn't actually need to be here. And if I'm honest, some of it can get thrown out. It also becomes a place where really important things end up. Like, I need to renew my tabs. So that needs to happen. Some of this stuff I really do use on a regular basis, but why is there a, oh my goodness. It's just a mess. Like, are you feeling the anxiety from looking at this stuff that I am? Because it's just gotta go. The problem is I've been trying to deal with all this for a while, and I don't know, like, most of these things have a home. Special points to anyone who knows what this is without me having to tell them. Oh, if you know, you know. Okay, that sounds really naughty. I'll just tell you, this is a bagpiping chanter. I was a flute piccolo player for the longest time, and I recently picked up the bagpiping chanter, and I'm really, really good at it. I don't have the time to learn how to play the bagpipes at the moment. I can barely get this stuff under control. Here's the final result. Okay, ignore the trash bag. I'll do stuff with it. Here's Zelda. Here is my desk. I'm just gonna, there we go. Just shut down some work stuff. It feels so much better in here. It's clean. Obviously, it's not 100% perfect, but it never will be. And if it is, it won't last a minute or two. This looks a little bit whatever, but I'm actively working on a project with these things, so there's no reason for me to take them downstairs, but I did organize them. And what I'm going to do now to sort of start my day is I'm going to pick a rune stone. And for that, I also use this book by Nicolette, I'm going to mispronounce her last name, Miele maybe? My favorite book to use with runes. And I have used it basically since I got it, since I got runes and started working with runes. So let me show you how this works. The rune that I chose was Degas. Daybreak, Transformation, Enlightenment. Maybe it's Dagas. I don't know. Ooh, translates to daylight, but more specifically to twilight, the liminal phases. Reconciliation of opposites. Ooh, immense change coming. What does that mean? A breakthrough, hope, and success. Okay, so one part of me, my anxiety says, oh God, that's bad. And then another part of me is like, hey, breakthrough, hope, and success. We like those things. So I'm going to read more about this, but here's one of the reasons why I like this book so much. It includes these things. The correspondence of Degas in terms of zodiac is Pisces. I'm a Pisces, so that's interesting. The crown chakra. Ooh, we have Nut, which is a deity in Egyptian lore, which I very much love. I do have frankincense. Frankincense is kind of a all-encompassing essential oil, so maybe I need to do something with frankincense. Yeah, staple in aromatherapy. I'm gonna think about this. What does all this mean? What I'll do from here out for today is I'll stick that right there, and I will just let it hang out and kind of be a reminder to me to reflect on that for the rest of the day. And then these puppies get put back in the bag. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. This one's actually considered a wishing stone because you see how the stripes go all the way around. It's not a wishing stone necessarily in the sense of like rune lore, but that's typically what this is felt to mean. Let me know if you're interested in learning more about the runes, because I have a lot to say about them. I absolutely adore them. Now that my office is clean and I've put a little makeup on and I'm feeling a little more human, I thought I would take a moment to share another really important aspect of cleaning your space, renewing, cleansing, which is to be aware if you're having a cognitive distortion about what you should get done, how productive you should be, what you think you need to do. It's okay it would have been okay if I didn't get everything done. I would have survived. The only thing my clients see when they're in session with me is this. I'm squatting at my desk. This is what they normally see. They don't see any of that. They don't see any of this. So it was just for me that I did this. And that's really important, that I had a purpose for this other than feeling like I'm just supposed to have a clean office. I can still be plenty professional with a messy office as long as my clients don't see it. But I work better when my office is clean. The other thing too is I worked on pacing myself. It took me hours to clean this space because I took my time. Just because I suddenly felt like, oh, I'm not as sick anymore, I'm on the other side of whatever this was, didn't mean that I needed to do it quickly. I have plenty of other things in my home I could be cleaning and focusing on, but I'm not going to ask myself to do that today. I did plenty just by getting this room clean and having plenty of space to work on other projects now, and that's all I can ask of myself. So if you're going to try to tackle something like this, try to have a similar mindset, that you're going to do what you can, that you are doing it for yourself, not because you think you should. And I hope that this has really helped. If you would like any other kind of content like this, if you have suggestions or questions, please leave them in the comments down below. And hopefully I'll make more of these videos. I suddenly got kind of a bite of the creative bug again, and hopefully I'll be doing more videos because I know that people really like them. So thank you so much for tuning in and for being here, and have fun out there.